Hey there! Should we say our names?
Sure.
I'm Marlie.
I'm Caroline,
I'm Nili.
and we are here to talk to you about our first day in Hawaii. It's actually currently the third day, but with jet lag and 14 hours of traveling, we were a little burnt to sit down and talk to you guys. So we will reflect on our first day in
Waimea Valley.
Waimea Valley.
Nili, do you want to start with the beginning, like meeting Kainoa and our tour guide?
Okay, so we were acquainted that morning with Kainoa, who I guess we had met the previous day, but he gave us more background about himself, and he's a cultural educator from Hawaii who went to University of San Diego, and he's an incredibly prominent and well-versed man, it seems. He said something that really resonated with me that I've been thinking about ever since, and that really affected my experience at Waimea Valley, which was that Hawaiians treat their land the way they treat their women. And I felt as though that to a great extent, illuminated the priorities and values of the Hawaiian people and the sense of cohesion that they feel with every aspect of life. And at Waimea Valley, it wasn't about remembering nature. It was that nature came first, or it was equal to everything else. And everything, living and non-living objects, had stories, had purposes, and needed to be appreciated and taken care of. And I also feel like that appreciation for the land is really visible with everybody that we've talked to after that too, and making land sort of this alternative unifier for people to come together, and it's more accessible than something like blood. And again, I think that also extends to the cohesion and the linearity that thrives in Hawaiian culture.
Yeah, like we've heard the term aloha aina, which means love of the land, over and over and over again. There's just this like intense connection to the earth, and it's really beautiful.
And at the same time, when we went to Waimea Valley 2 days ago, we took part in what was called Hawaiian Protocol. So there were 2 guides who were going to take us around Waimea Valley and show us the different sites. But before we entered the land, we stood in front of the 2 guides with a gift as they chanted a song in Hawaiian that symbolized them letting us know that we were welcome in the land, and that we came with good intentions, and that it wasn't about us coming just to take advantage of the resources or to not give back to the land, but that we also came with good intentions. And listening to the chant, it was beautiful, and to hear the Hawaiian language sung in such a beautiful way it made us get that sense of being really connected to the land, and being tied to such a beautiful place.
Yeah, and so Waimea Valley itself is this beautiful sanctuary. There's a waterfall that you take this long path to get to, and you can swim in the waterfall, and there's sites, there's ruins and sites of hale and old ancient homes for Native Hawaiians, and it used to be this like thriving community. And today they've gone through this long process of restoring the land after it's gone through many incarnations of being everything from like sort of a resort type area to they were trying to like a cattle ranch on it earlier, and you know it's gone through a lot of kind of devastating environmental impacts, but today they've really restored it to kind of the state of nature that it once was, it's a really kind of spiritual experience to just be there and be in this nature that is just like so inspiring.
Yeah, it was like sublime.
Yeah, I think the word would definitely be sublime. But to contrast that beauty, it was really kind of interesting to drive there from the other side of the island, Waikiki, where we're staying. And we drove from Waikiki to Waimea Valley, and in between you're on the highway. And first you go through the Dole Plantation, and the Dole Company, which is like a multinational corporation, owns a ton of land in not just Oahu, but all the islands. And they have these pineapple plantations, and it's just this massive monoculture of pineapple.
Field after field after field of pineapples. Just.
And we could just see how, you know, you could see that, you know, the planes overhead spraying the pesticides, and just like this really unnatural state of agriculture that that the Dole Plantation had kind of created in between Waikiki and Waimea Valley, and then after you pass through the Dole fields, you come to the Monsanto testing ground for its GMO corn and its other, you know, insecticide-resistant strands of plant life, and you see more of this like monoculture, and it was just like so shocking to see that in between paradise. And you realize like how much of the land in Hawaii is consolidated into a few hands and isn't accessible to the people of Hawaii, nor does it benefit the people of Hawaii, but it's really being used and exploited by these multinational corporations that that are making huge profit off of this paradise.
Yeah, I think that the juxtaposition that you're talking about really clashes with the unity that the Hawaiians tried to implement in every facet of life, and is thus not working.
Right. I think a big theme that all of us have been trying to understand as we're here is Native Hawaiians, people's relationships to the land and to figuring out what it is to be Native Hawaiian, while at the same time there's the tourism industry, there's the Dole pineapple plantation, there's Monsanto, with all of these other agendas that don't match up at all in any sense to Native Hawaiians' love and connection to their land and their culture. So hopefully, even if we don't come to any sort of resolutions on this trip, we will be able to ask the hard questions and be able to see different people's perspectives and point of views, because I mean that's all we can do. I guess that's all we have for now.
It was a great first day to start off our trip, and every
It was
day
a perfect
since,
day.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
And every day since has been just as exciting, so we're really looking forward to the next week being here.
So we'll see you later.